Alright guys, today we are once again back in the Gizmotech Discord server, and we all know what this is going to be meaning. I am going to be doing another episode of the series of the most wanted updates in War Tycoon. I've given you guys a little bit of time to go ahead and share your ideas, so today we're once again back to the top suggestions channel. Yesterday I have made a video doing a few recommendations for the game, so maybe something like this ends up being in there. And speaking of the first suggestion, we actually have something I have mentioned yesterday, which is an update, rework. So it's going to be reworking the Boxer, added to guided missiles, just like I recommended yesterday. Add thermal imaging system. This is something new. Add in a Boxer CRV tank sight. The second thing is rework laser APC. Change common missiles to guided missiles, then buff damage. Rework M117 Guardian. Change common machine gun to an automatic grenade launcher. That would also be pretty cool. And fun fact, the original Boxer CRV design does have some kind of missiles that are actually able to be attached to it. So it would make sense for the Boxer to go ahead and actually get this rework. Anyway, the next suggestion of this video is actually removing this part of the dog or increase the shield so this isn't here. Okay, so this is just a little bit of a glitch, or the developers just did not pay as much attention to this. I mean, I understand why this is in the top suggestions, but I don't think it's actually going to be this important. However, once again, a thumbs up. Here on the other side, we need a loading screen like this, and this is actually one of my favorite suggestions in quite a while, because what it says, it basically gives us tips. For example, grenades can be helpful to use when someone is hiding in a tight space. I actually really like this idea, and having like a welcome screen like this would be much better than what we have right now, because all we have right now is kind of showcasing the map in the background and just showing the logo, and after that, that's about it. I feel like reworking this would be really cool. Anyway, add the Chinook along with this new heli, add a new feature where you can pick up ground vehicles. This is something that the community has been asking for quite a long time. Right now, I don't think something like this is going to be happening anytime soon. That's just simply because of War Tycoons and Roblox physics kind of colliding with each other, which makes features like this actually very difficult to create. I think the best thing, once again, like I said, is probably going to be adding an attach button. Anyway, the next suggestion right here is fix the F-18 air intake. It's the wrong shape. Yeah, I don't have much to say about it. There are some design inaccuracies that come in any vehicle. It does happen from time to time, but hopefully they will go ahead and fix it just like the community recommended. Anyway, the next suggestion right here is Brunswick Type K-130 class corvette. We need more ships. Honestly, corvettes or any other ship in the game would be really cool. We are asking for ships for a long time, so hopefully we're actually going to be getting more updates on this, and I would love to have at least some ship that can compete with the Naval, because right now we don't have that at all. Anyway, the next suggestion is the Ukrainian barrel plane for April Fools. I've already mentioned this quite a lot, so people probably have seen this video and made the suggestion. Very much appreciated. So the next suggestion here is be able to land helis on top of the Zumwalt. Once again, similar problem with the Roblox physics and War Tycoon physics colliding and not being this great. It does suck, and once again, a similar suggestion to what I've given before. Like, geez, there are so many people in general just asking for the wheel to be fixed. Now, I actually do understand that, so hopefully we'll be getting that in the future. Once again, another suggestion of the Reaper drone. However, this one here is probably one of my favorite ones in a long time. Add a vote kick system. You can put out a poll to vote kick someone, exploiters, spawn campers, etc. If 70% of the server vote yes to prevent 3 people voting to kick someone they don't like, they get kicked. I actually really like this idea, because the reason why is because we have so many exploiters in the game these days, and for the moderation to actually be able to deal with these players is actually taking a while, and moderation can't just deal with every single person. So just having this feature so people can actually kick people from the game themselves because they don't like what they do will be a really good idea. And since the whole server, almost the whole server, would have to agree, I think this isn't so bad after all. Anyway, the next suggestion right here is add the Japanese B7N2A torpedo bomber with a droppable torpedo. We like vehicles with anti-ship weapons that aim boats. It will have a rear gun and 2 machine guns. Once again, this is a very similar vehicle to the Mustang in some way, shape or form, and maybe even vehicles like the Stuka, but I think just having a torpedo actually being able to be used by a plane will be a much cooler mechanic, because so far the torpedoes haven't really been used use on anything except for the brand new ship which we had, except for the Naval. That was the PR-206. I'm completely forgetting its names. Anyway, next suggestion over here is add airdrop vehicle destroyer. Game Pass vehicles can deploy. If you don't have Game Pass, Operation Destroy 60 ground vehicles. So being able to actually have a vehicle drop down will be really cool, and the reason why I like this so much is because once again I have actually recommended this a few months ago when War Tycoon had their stream, so this is a very good suggestion and I very much appreciate the guys spreading this information once again. Another one here is add this as an April Fool's, like a little plane right here, which is actually pretty sick. Now here is another thing: if you direct hit someone with a bomb, make a 5% chance of this image appearing. It does kind of feel like an April Fool's thing, but then at the same time this is pretty funny and I think would add a lot more personality to the game itself. Anyway, the next thing right here is the Ducky Serum cosmetic unlocked after 50 kills with the Serum +1 drip. Yeah, I mean, this would be pretty cool, and the only reason why I like this so much is because it's just basically skins for some weapons in the base, and just being able to once again add more personality to the game, I really like this idea. Anyway, the next suggestion over here is add the C4 so we can put it on the car and inflict heavy damage on the enemy's equipment. Once again, a very good suggestion. We haven't really had any type of grenade-like stuff in the game, so I feel like adding a C4 with its brand new mechanic will be very cool. Once again, another suggestion: remodel in-game F-35 to F-35B variant. Very good idea. The current F-35 is highly unrealistic because it pretty much is a lot of F-35 versions being put into one. Anyway, the next suggestion here is bring back this sign, and we don't really have as many signs going on in the War Tycoon city right now, or really anything, so I feel like just being able to add this back will be pretty cool. It would actually give us some kind of feeling towards the old map. Anyway, the next idea over here is self-explanatory. You guys can probably understand what this is. Once again, we have received a new feature which basically speeds up all of our upgrades. Having something like this added to the spin would actually give us a lot more rewards than what we want right here, like the cash. No one wants it in any way. Anyways, the next suggestion right here is going to be the Independence class literal combat ship. The health is going to be 2000, price is going to be 2.5 million, parts free haul, 4 engine, 2 propellers, speed 45 knots, which is going to be the base speed. For the weaponry, we're going to be having 157mm auto cannon, 4x50 cal M2HB, 11 AI SAM missiles, special functionality, helipad repairs any helicopters that land on it, as well as an AI-free scout helicopter drone that acts like the zone vaults. Very good suggestion. I feel like this wouldn't be very OP because from what it seems, this would basically be like a very much AI ship, so it would have AI turrets. Let's just say something like the fire and forget missiles, a cannon, and a drone. Again, this would still not be able to beat the zone vault anyway, so I feel like this would definitely be pretty good. Anyway, the next suggestion right here is add sea mines to make the sea more dangerous. Yes, we would love to be able to actually set some sea mines so people can counter zone vaults in other ways as well, or really any other ships in the game, but I feel like before something like this was to come in the game, we need some more ships, so the sea is actually going to be used a lot more. Anyway, the next suggestion over here is allow co-pilots of helicopters to use the FLIR cameras mounted on them and detect enemies. Yeah, once again, a very good suggestion. There's a lot of helicopters in the game that do technically have this, but once again, this feature is actually not implemented. Anyway, the next suggestion right here is add a crossbow. Very nice gun. I mean, it could actually fit having a crossbow in War Tycoon. At the end of the day, we just want to have ourselves some more weapons, so just having something like this added to the game would actually add a lot more spice to it. Anyway, next suggestion right here, as always, talking about submarines, we all want the submarines, no comment on that. Add a pineapple on the map for absolutely no reason at all. Pretty weird suggestion, but you know what? Whatever the community wants, the community can get. Anyway, make the gun customization look something like this, and maybe add other camo types like the hollow, point, and tracers, and maybe also add the option to add different magazine capacity, but with a bigger mag and reload takes longer. This is actually a really good idea. I feel like just being able to edit weapons in other ways than just having accuracy and recoil attachments, I feel like being able to have more ammo would also be great. Anyway, let's just jump into the next suggestion. Once again, reworking the boxer. Everyone wants a boxer rework. This is a previous suggestion that has been posted. Please add 2 guided missiles to it. Everyone wants this gizmo tech. Add more military equipment. Once again, fully agreed. Buff the Harrier. It is too bad. Any plane can beat it, and farming for level 30 isn't worth it at all. Add more potential arsenal or agility. It takes too long to turn, and in that time, you'll get shot down. Yeah, the Harrier's one of the biggest problems is actually being able to turn, so actually having better turning speed for it would actually be pretty good. Even though I've also heard that the Harrier can carry bombs in real life, so having maybe 2 bombs would also be a pretty cool addition. Anyway, give the F-35 laser guided bombs since it has this thing. Alright, this is gonna be the first suggestion I'm actually not going to be agreeing with. The F-35 is already good as it is. Yes, it may be more realistic if they add guided bombs to it, but to be honest, F-35 is just already really OP, and I don't feel like it needs to be more OP than it is. Anyway, next suggestion right here is the Striker can carry many people. 105mm turret, mid-speed, tank with wheels, make it free to play, reliable. Yes, once again, a really cool ground vehicle. I would love the developers to go ahead and add this. Very simple, it's what we want, but people really are not recommending planes recently, so please, Gizmotech, add tanks, ground vehicles, and boats. It's what we want. Anyway, the Mantis AA system costs 100 million. This would give more base defense. I would love something like this to be in the game. Nothing more to say about it. Anyway, add hostages when you can rescue one from an enemy base. You can get money, skin, or medals. The thing with this is that people would just be able to have an option to reset once they are actually set as hostage, but hopefully they will be able to have... But hopefully developers will be able to program it well enough that if you reset, you just go back as a hostage until someone rescues you, or maybe you can escape yourself. There's really many ways to go ahead and go with this. Anyway, next one here is airport for larger aircraft. I know the B2 has like 3,000 health. By the time you land, you can spawn a new one, but I think RP-wise, airshow-wise, it'd be cool to have a runway and a taxiway. Also, even for the B-29 Super Fortress, that has weak health and is difficult to land. I would really love to have a bigger airport in the game, because right now we only have the small ones for the normal planes, but again, a new map was a perfect opportunity to go ahead and have a better airport. Anyway guys, that is probably all I'm gonna have for you guys in today's video. This is going to be a pretty short video. I hope that I went for the most important suggestions in this video. It's again what the community has wanted, and I really do hope that you guys did enjoy this. Let me know in the comment section down below if you'd like me to do another episode of this series. I think we're on like episode 16 by now. Like, geez, it's been half a year since I've been doing this, but yeah, let me know in the comment section down below if I should do more, and let me know what you want to see in the game. Anyway, hope that Gizmotech will listen to whatever the suggestions were made, and yeah, I'll see you guys next video. Have a great day, and thanks so much to all my channel members.